They say ignorance is bliss, but I think I found out that bliss is actually probably just Denmark. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek video. I am Phil the Glacial Geek, and today I'm going to talk to you about an awesome opportunity that I had recently in the last couple of weeks, was to go to Denmark to see the factory, the Army Painter factory, and find out how the sausage was made, how the paints are made over there, and just get an understanding of this company that I am now being supported by. The Army Painter factory team and me being part of it, including Uncle Adam Tabletop Minions, including Eric from Eric's Hobby Workshop, and Sam from Sam Lens. Sam Lens is channel. You know what it is. The same one. We all got invited to go over to Skanderborg in Denmark, which is where the Army Painter factory, is. So we're the factory team, but that's the actual factory. And we got to go see how the paints are made, how it's all put together, and just get to know the team over there, get to understand and get an appreciation for the company that we are kind of a part of now, and just get an understanding of what is going on with the company, with how they make the paints, and kind of what they're looking to do going forward. And it was just an incredible time. I had an incredible time. All the people there were amazing, from the people that were packing the paints all the way up to the CEO, to Bo, the founder that's still with the company there working with them. And all of it was absolutely, they were all incredible people, and they were all super helpful. They were super excited to see us, and everyone was happy. And to me, at the end of the day, that to me speaks volumes about what this company is and why I'm super happy to be a part of the factory team with them, because they represent something that I think is crucial, and that's to appreciate each other and to appreciate just the human aspect of who we are in the world that we live in. And over there, every single person that was working there, in the factory, in the warehouse, all of them were just happy people, and they were all happy to see us there, even though we were just a bunch of crazy North Americans coming in here and getting in their way. They were just pleasant to be around, and they were happy to see us, and they were happy to have us, mess with their flow for a little bit, for about a week there, as we got to go over there and talk to them. So I kind of want to show you just like a visual representation of my trip, and kind of talk about what I managed to understand when I was over there, and just kind of sum up everything that this all makes me feel so great. And at the end, I will also have a code for all of you to use to get a discount from the Army Painter, because that was part of what I negotiated with them when I signed up with this, is that to get a discount code. So I've got a discount code for you, and there's also even a bigger discount code if you join on my Patreon, that they said specifically that one has to go behind the Patreon wall. So, but check at the end, and I will have you, you can understand and then maybe get some discount with this company. And maybe you want to support the company as much as I do now that you'll hear what I have to say. So without any further ado, let's get into it and see what's going on over there in Denmark. So the trip started with me getting on an airplane in Savannah, flying to New York, then over to Amsterdam, and from Amsterdam to Copenhagen. The flight from Amsterdam to Copenhagen was on KLM, and they had this cool little cup holder that flipped down, so you didn't have to have the whole tray down, which was really great. I met up in Copenhagen with Adam and Adam from Tabletop Minions and from the Army Painter there, and we also met up with Sam. It was about 36 hours all told with our travel there, because Sam's flights got delayed, and there was a bit of confusion with all that. But we managed to all get together, get on a train, and head the 3 hours to Skanderborg there. And it was just beautiful looking out the window here at Denmark. It's just beautiful, beautiful scenery. And it just really was an awesome way to start off the trip here, just getting to see a lot of what the country had going on there, which was awesome. But we were very tired, but we, got to Skanderborg, got into our place, and then we went to the factory the very next day in the morning there to start things off here. So the factory is a pretty unassuming location there. Hello, Adam. Unassuming location, but it was fun to be able to go in there and just see it. And like when you're in there, you just get this sense of what the company is. Everyone's smiling, including Sam's body double there, Lassa. Just really fun to be able to see how that went there. But they just were, everyone was super welcoming and having us there. The chocolate is Orky there, which is pretty great. And we went to the place. They welcomed us. We had a meeting in the beginning there, and then they took us around for a tour. And Bo started telling us about the history and all the story of it, for everything from, you know, how he started in a shed in his backyard, all the way to the Northern Shield when they switched over production to putting hand sanitizer into the bottles to allow the school children and elderly in Denmark to be able to use the hand sanitizer so they could actually see people and get out during the pandemic and actually try to get back into everyday life, which was fantastic. And they took, wanted to do it just for the people there, which is great. We got to see how the paint is put in here. This line here is currently running with bottling up some Grim Black speed paint, which is pretty great. They inject the ball bearings into there so that they can be put into the paint there. Interesting fact, they test all of the shipments of ball bearings. They'll take a sample from each of the different shipments that they get, and they'll place them into salt water to see if they have any discoloration to the water. And if there's any discoloration in the water at all, the entire shipment gets sent back and replaced. So all of the ball bearings in there are not going to rust, and they are not going to affect the paint, which is pretty incredible. I didn't even think, to think that they're going to be testing every single shipment that comes in and take a sample from each of those is pretty awesome, I thought. And it also, put my mind at ease that my paint was going to start rusting on there. But you can see all the paint getting gathered in there. And then they take it from there into the warehouse here where they have a ton of paint. And it's awesome to see it all, stacked up there, ready to go for the launch here now with the Fanatics that were coming out. They were setting it up there, and they have a big warehouse there, but they try to keep a fair amount of product to make sure that they don't have interruptions in the supply line, to make sure that the customers can get their stuff. It's not necessarily the ideal optimal business decision there, but what it does is it makes sure that they can be there for the people, make sure they get their paints the way they want it to. And the one thing that was amazing for me and that I saw throughout our entire visit there was that everyone was happy to be there. And the way that Bo described it was that they treat their people right. They have systems in place so that they're not breaking their back. They have pneumatic assisted lifts for all of the boxes there, so they don't need these giant men who are just going to break their back and just sell their bodies to to the company. They're taken care of and they're treated right, and they're made sure that they have a comfortable living, and they're happy to be in the Army Painter, which is amazing. Just to see every single person, that we're a bunch of crazy people there just getting in their way as they're trying to move all of this product. And they were happy to see us there. I'm sure if we kept getting in their way, they might be a little less happy, but that's the way it is. They wanted to welcome us with some Danish food here. So we had some, boiled eggs. We had some fish, which was great. And then we got to work, and we filmed a whole bunch of different conversations and demos and a lot of different content that we got to work with the team over there and just got to know them. And they're just all incredible people, and we had a ton of fun. And we did a lot of really good work. I think we, did a lot of work on putting together some content that'll be coming out here, and just talking about everything that's going on, and making sure that we had, any concerns that we had, they were listening and they wanted to hear it, and they wanted to know how to make things better, because that's what their end goal was with all of this, with the Army Painter Factory team, was to make sure that not just that they're trying to support us, but also that they want to make sure that they can reach out and have it be something that's a back and forth for the company, to make sure that they, keep growing and keep doing better, because that's always what they're aiming to do. We've got over here, Thomas is priming up some models for us to work on there. Thank you very much, Thomas. And Eric got to do some cool building of some scenery here along with Stefan there. And a lot of this content you will see as it's coming out with the rest of the programming that they'll be putting out from the Army Painter. But it was just awesome to be doing these big projects and doing some awesome times here. I did try to help. I did cut one piece out. And Eric promptly said that it was awful. So I quickly kept away from it. I went to the gaming. So me and Bo played a game, and that'll be coming out too, just talking about what it is to do competitive gaming, or just gaming in general. And Skanderborg is beautiful. They took us around. We got to see everything that was going on there, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful place to be, and it was just beautiful to be there, and I want to go back so bad. So I'm really hoping I get to go back because I had a ton of fun there, and now that they've given me a taste of it, I don't want them to keep Denmark away from me. And it was a wonderful place there. We also ended up going to a bunch of different places here in Denmark because one of the excursions that we ended up doing was going out towards Aarhus, and Bo took us to a Viking battlefield here, which is a preserved place here where you're not allowed to dig up because there's a lot of different artifacts and stuff there. But he talked about this massive battle that occurred right over here between the people there. There's a lot of mounds that you'll see in a lot of these places that you're not allowed to touch them. Even if you own the property and it's like in the middle of farmland, it'll just be this mound with a tree on it. We went, and that's a Viking burial ground. So we went to this museum that was talked about like the people of Denmark from the first people that arrived after the Ice Age all the way up through modern times here. And they had this display that the army painter took part in and helped build and paint there, that they got the exact colors that they needed for all their stuff. It's also really worth noting here that this is actually the largest collection of Roman weaponry that is in the entire world, and it just so happens to be there because the traders had their weapons and they gave them to the people that were fighting in these battles were using Roman weapons because that's what the trading was doing all around. So we just had a ton of fun there, and we goofed around and just like were able to enjoy our company, and we were able to talk and kind of brainstorm, and they just showed us around what it is, about Denmark. We went into Aarhus and had an awesome time there. We had people come up to us on the street that like just recognized us as we were walking by, and we're like, what are you guys doing here in Denmark? And we were just as surprised that they recognized us, I think, as they were surprised to see us on the streets there. So we just had a ton of fun, and they made sure that we were, enjoying ourselves. But I think that it was going to be natural that we were going to enjoy ourselves because they're just really awesome, fun people that really just genuinely were looking to have a good time. So at the end of the trip, Sam and I actually also went into Copenhagen and hung around there for a couple days, just bumming around Copenhagen, enjoying the time there. We ended up ordering this giant sandwich thing at War Pigs, which is like a barbecue place there in Copenhagen. It was delicious, but it was a lot. And it was just so much fun to just walk around Copenhagen, just see everything that's going on there. There's a huge amount of people on bikes there, which was really awesome to see, just the way that everything is there. And it was just a really easy place to navigate. And if you ever get the chance to go to Copenhagen, absolutely do it because it is so much fun and a beautiful, beautiful place. And I can't recommend it highly enough. So we just walked around, got to see the places, got to hang out and enjoy each other's company, and just be able to just enjoy what we were doing because we got to talk about not just like shop, not just talk about like specifically videos or anything like that, but just enjoying each other's company and embracing what it is to be kind of a part of this whole hobby. And that's amazing. And I can't more highly recommend that you do it yourselves, is find people that are kind of on the same wavelength and enjoy each other's company within the realm that we are, and enjoy the fact that you can meet another person and be in the same place as another person and feel that energy back and forth of what it is to feel that back and forth. And it was amazing. And it was a great time to just go for an entire week and just be surrounded by people that were just happy to see you there, happy to be there with you, and that you felt like you were happy to see them there. And it was just very building, and we had an incredible time. And like, this is the kind of company that they have there's someone there that started when they were a teenager sweeping the floors and is now one of the heads of their bottling production in there. And it was just an incredible time, incredible people that were happy to be there, happy to have us there, happy to show us around, happy to have us interrupt their lives. And we're just great to be around. So the trip would eventually end, and I had to take the bus to the airport to fly back. But as I got back there, I checked into the plane, And I had one extra surprise awaiting me there, which was, I don't know if it was a glitch in the system or what was going on, but I was given a chance to upgrade to first class at the like a steal. Like, I mean, it was like the cost was the exact same to upgrade to like Comfort Plus, which is basically just, you know, regular stowage that I was flying in normally. But I got to go in first class for the very first time in my entire life, and it was incredible. It was the most relaxing. Look at me, just completely blown out of the water and out of my element, and not knowing what to do as I'm sitting there in my first class seat. But it was definitely a lot of fun, and I made sure to document myself laying flat on that seat because I've never done anything like this before, and I probably will never get the chance to do it again. It was just an incredible time, and the company there is just awesome to be a part of, and it really filled me with a big sense of wanting to do this. And the reason I wanted to make this video was not to brag or flex, but it was to kind of show you why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm a part of the factory team. And it's you know, it's not just money. There are far easier ways for me to make money than doing this. Why I'm doing this is because the company that I'm kind of a part of here is amazing, and I think that they represent something that this hobby absolutely should be inhabiting, and that's this love of each other and this love of people and this desire to do right by people. And that's kind of shown in the development of the new paint line, in everything that they've kind of gone with the steps. It was like taking these steps that they have and just this natural progression that the company's gone. And they're good guys, and they're good people that are there doing really good work and that are happy to be there and happy to be doing it. And if you can create a world, if you can create a company where the people that are packing your boxes are happy to be there, then you're doing a good thing. You're doing something right. And the Army Painter is doing that. And I was happy to see that. I was happy to get a sense of what the company was and get a sense of what it is that we got to do there. And it was very fulfilling. So I had an amazing time there, and it was it really solidified my desire to keep doing stuff and keep going there. So hopefully I will continue to be part of this program, and you guys get to see more of those kind of things, and I get to go and do more and be there, and gives me the opportunity to see other people. Like, I would never have been able to meet those people over in Aarhus if it wasn't for the Army Painter. And I got to see them, got to shake their hands, got to take pictures with them, and we had an amazing time. And that, to me, makes this all worth it. And it was amazing to be able to be a part of it. And I look forward to being able to work with them further in the future and bring to you guys even more that we can as we keep building and growing together. So speaking of bringing to you guys, I did promise you that you could have a code. So if you go to the Army Painter and you put in code, let me make sure I get this right, Factory Geek 5, I got it like kind of at the bottom here, Factory Geek 5, that will give you 5% off of your purchases there through the Army Painter. And if you go to my Patreon, there's a 10% discount there for all of my Patreon members. So I have that there, and you guys are more than welcome to be a part of all of that. So if you want to help support the channel, there's a little extra incentive to do so by getting that discount down there. So I really cannot express how happy I am to be doing what I'm doing. And it's because of people like you watching my videos and supporting me that have put me on the radar of a company like the Army Painter that now is supporting me to keep doing more and more for each other. And it feeds off of each other. And to me, that's amazing. And I feel so privileged and thankful to be able to do all of this with all of you and with them that, it's hard to explain how fulfilling it is to be able to do all this. And I'm super excited about everything going forward. So I hope you found this interesting. I know it was there's a little bit of a brag, especially that last part where I got to, really cheap first class ticket. You can't beat that. That's amazing. The only time I probably ever will able to do it. And it's, ruined air flight for me now. But I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are found most interesting and kind of what you want to see more from me. Let me know, and I will hopefully keep doing more and more and expanding and figuring out what it is that we're doing together. So thank you for coming along on the ride, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. And until next time, stay safe and have fun.